think I've been putting off doing this live for a while now, but I think this is a live that I think a lot of God sent people need to participate in. You know, we need to have lives talking about the trauma, you know, family trauma and abuse. Um, it's serious, and I don't know why it just it's rampant in the world. You know, a lot of us God sent people. It's like we all got hellified stories of family trauma. You would think that we have worse stories and experiences out in these streets with strangers, but the trauma we experience with our family, there's nothing can compare to it. You know, you think about the more you think about the, your family, and you're an outsider, and you just keep being an outsider looking in, you start to see just how traumatizing and toxic and disrespectful they really was. Like, it's really hard to see. It's almost like your family has like a spell on you and make it so that you don't really see just how wicked they can be. You literally have to have had a lot of distance or a lot of time to yourself to really see just how effed up they are. And it just surprises me that so many of us have been able to even survive. Like, you know, I know that there's a lot of people in the grave all because of toxic, disrespectful family members. You know, I think about my husband's old assistant at his job. He committed suicide. He was telling everybody on the job that he was going to hang himself and he was going to commit suicide. He actually did it. My husband said that he didn't have no family, that basically nobody cared about him. And every time I think about that story, I say, I can't imagine how many times that's happened in the world. How many people are in the grave because their family broke them down to pieces. I think that if some people didn't have a job and coworkers, they would go crazy because they got toxic family and going to work is an escape. You know, some people go to work as an escape. You know, I'm still finding out some family secrets. I'm still figuring out stuff in my family that was so wicked and so disrespectful to me. And I'm like, I'm still finding out stuff. I mean, the skeletons in my family's closet is pouring out one after another. I mean, it's just like shocking. You know, I'm starting to remember things when I was real little that is shocking. That is shocking. I think that as you get older, middle age, God starts letting you have some memories come back to you that you was a little when you was a little kid that you might have oppressed, and God wants you to remember those things so that you can have some peace in your old age, so you can cut people off. You can know who wronged you when you was little. I'm telling you, we have got to be strong, because the stories I hear of some of us God sent people, and even me, how the hell did we survive in these families? I mean, we have got to be strong. Because I just cannot conceive of a weak mind being able to make it in the kind of families we have. I mean, the family secrets in my family, Y'all don't even want to know. And I'm still finding out more every day. Like, dang, wow, like, wow. Like so much disrespect, so much wrong. Let us just talk about family, and let's not bring religion in here. Not everybody is Christian and Catholic. Please stop pushing Christianity every time I do these lives. People are being so disrespectful because not everybody is Christian, Catholic. Some people are Jewish, Muslim, everything. Please stop doing that. We've got to start respecting public lives. We've got to be able to talk about what we've gone through. Uh, Keep your religion to yourself, okay? Saying that through Jesus Christ, not everybody is about Christianity, all right? Practice your religion in silence, because this isn't a religion video. See, I know how to practice my spiritualism in silence. I don't throw biblical names in every discussion about family trauma. And that's pushing religion on people. And that's another thing that's toxic in families, pushing religion on people. Can't talk to family members without them pushing religion. That's toxic. Some of us is sitting up there, the very people that's toxic in the family, but saying everybody else is toxic. Not everybody that has scriptures and books and stuff and Bibles are God sent. And that's something I learned from my family. I got family members that was married to ministers and pastors and reverend. I got a whole side of my family that owns a church. And they are wicked and they own a church. They own a church. Two sides of my family are running churches, but they wicked as hell. My dad's side owns a very popular church in Pennsylvania. My dad's side. It's been on the news many times with major cases. My cousin, my cousin who's also a pastor, he's been on the news many times for the crimes against black men and all that. If I said his name, y'all would all know who he is. He's my cousin. But he's fake. He's all up on the news with these high crime major cases. My cousin, and he's fake, and so is his wife, and so is his whole team. When my father died, they didn't come see about me and my sister, but they sent up there with a whole church, popular and rich. They ain't sent us no condolence cards. They didn't call or nothing. Yet they came to the funeral and never gave their condolences. They ate my dad's food and never gave their condolences. And as I said, the guy that came and his wife is owner of a very well-known church here in Pennsylvania and have been on the news countless times supporting and speaking for major crime cases and stuff. And they don't give a damn about me and my sister. As a matter of fact, they didn't respect us as babies. They was not nice to me and my sister when we was babies. But they running a whole church. I'm telling you no lie. They made a little joke and made a mockery of my dad's funeral, all while sitting up there managing a church, ministering. I tell y'all knew my family, y'all would be like, I don't want to hear no more, because they so toxic and disrespectful. Always working behind the scenes, fake, plotting. My family plot and scheme and all that behind the scenes. And by the time you found out, you didn't got played and used and everything. I have a very, 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 very manipulative, sneaky, fake family. Fake. And so does my husband. They will invite you to get-togethers just to disrespect you right to your face. They will sit up there and act like they God-fearing, but talk about you like a dog behind your back and all of that. It is horrific in my family. I found out just, man, y'all don't even want to know. Y'all don't even want to know. I didn't almost got in, well, technically I did. I got in a physical fight with several of my family members or been at the verge of it. That's how bad my family is. I got in a physical fight with several cousins. I almost fought my own aunt, ready to fight my own auntie. This is real. This is real, y'all. From pure disrespect. I've been called bees, all kind of names to my face. Names to my face. They have tried to hit me in my face. They have thrown stuff at me. They have tried to hit me in a car. They almost wrecked a car with me in it, trying to hit me in my face. I saw my life flash before my eyes. I was almost in a car accident with my cousin who snapped and got violent on me because she was abusive and disrespectful. I have looked in the eyes of pure wickedry, pure black magic, and seen it for real. My grandmother and her minions, they were all a real coven of black witches. This is not me just saying this, like, oh, they was black witches. No, they really are. They got the Ouija board and everything going on. This is real in my family. This is real. And I often wonder how the hell I survived. How did me and my siblings survive having aunts and uncles of warlocks and black magic witches and all of them, all black magic up in there putting curses on people and doing evil, all in the house while we're visiting. They would be down in the basement in a whole nother room is doing all type of black magic stuff while we was sitting in the living room. And none of them like me because I called them out. Because I hold them accountable. They don't like me because I don't let them disrespect me. I'm telling y'all, the trauma is real. The trauma, sure. This is not your life story. Josie, no, it is not. No, it is not. I hate when people say our family's the same. No, we're not the same. My grandmother is a head black witch. She was a head black witch. Her daughter is a black witch. They did Ouija boards. Y'all, this is, no, it ain't the same. I haven't even said the rest of it. I haven't even said the rest. I haven't even got into the rest of it. No, our stories is not the same. Not the same. No one has lived your life and no one has lived mine. I told y'all, some of y'all, what my biological dad did. I told y'all that my father was a narcissist, my biological father, and he purposely moved in an apartment building, an apartment across from my stepdad's apartment, so that we could see him and know he's in that place, but yet he doesn't want to see us. So imagine having to walk past your deadbeat daddy's apartment to get to your stepdad's apartment. That's how evil, that's how wicked my biological dad was. He wanted us to see his apartment door every time. And no, you did not. Bye. Now y'all see, I don't do vampires. Vampires, they always like to say our story's the same. No, they're not. I just told that people don't know my story. There's some things I can't even say in this live about my family. No. He was so quick to say his family's like mine, but if he had me say that I got stone cold killers in my family, I bet he wouldn't say our family's the same. I got stone cold killers. I got murderers in my family. Murderers. So don't be so quick to say that your family's like other people's family. I had an uncle who's a stone cold killer disrespect me. You can imagine how it gave me chills that my uncle, who have killed people, had the nerve to disrespect me. Now, how do you speak up to a stone cold killer disrespecting you? Knowing damn well if they're a stone cold killer, they'll kill you. See, this is why I said his family's not like mine. My black warlock uncle is a stone cold killer. He did over 40 years in jail for murder. He was in jail for at least 30-some years of my life for murder. Stone cold. No regret about it. People need to realize I have family member, people in my family that will shoot you, that will stab you, that will kill you, and will not apologize. And they will tell you they'll kill you. It's no joke. I'm not talking about just throwing their hands. We talking about they carry guns, they carry knives. They looking to use the stuff. And they've used it before. And I often wonder, like, how did me and my siblings make it in a family of dangerous black witches and black warlocks that will hurt you and kill you and laugh about it. Think it's funny. When you tell them don't bring violence, when you tell them don't bring violence to the party, they laugh and they say, haha, I don't care. I'll be violent if I want to. That type of evil. My family up the tree, their energy is so dark that I haven't had one friend be brave enough to be around them. I used to bring my friends and family and my friends over, and they would get scared. The energy was too dark. My friends would say, please don't leave me around them. Please, no, scared. That's how dark their energy is. I could never leave my friends. I could never leave my dates around them. They would be scared to death. And I tell people, the trauma, family trauma is no joke. No joke. And it helps to hear what other people's families are like, so you could see that it can get worse. Oh, trust me, it can get worse. It can get worse. All I can say is, my husband's side, their secret wicketry. They are very psychological, like psychologically abusive. They will mess your head up. My husband's side, they will brain F you until you are confused, warped mind, warped, twisted, everything. I don't know whether I can deal with my family or his, but I made my decision that both got to go. I'm tired of my head being and spinning in circles and messing with my mental health. My husband's side messing with my mental health big time. And my mother's side making my nerves bad and making me have to watch my back and being in all their fakery. So I'm going to tell y'all, when you got this going on like this, both sides of your family, you might as well just call it quits and save yourself. I'm telling you. I can't fight with my family. I'll be shot, stabbed. This is what I'm trying to tell people. People think this is is not true. I have like Cardi B family. You like imagine a bunch of Cardi B's in my family, but Cardi B out of her mind completely. That's what I have. I cannot argue and fight with family members in my family. They will severely hurt you. They don't talk things through. Matter of fact, they don't even argue. Matter of fact, they don't even do little hits. They get weaponry. They uncivilized. They uncivilized. This is real. The police had to be called at my mom's funeral and the wait. Twice. The police had to come twice to my mom's funeral. Twice. Because they don't care. They were told not to come with violence and they still did. I mean, these is people. My one cousin used to abuse her baby dolls, bite the face off her baby dolls and stab her baby dolls and do violent stuff to her baby dolls. They do all kind of weird stuff to dolls and stuff. I don't know what somebody say sousing. What is sousing? I don't know. But as I said, a lot of people say, oh, I argue and fight with my family. Fight with my family, and I bet you come out of there stabbed. This is no lie. They don't give a damn. My family don't give a damn of your family. They will stab anyone and shoot anyone. This is real. And so I'm in a gangster family, gangster party. That's what I'm in. I'm in a gangster family. And I always knew that I didn't fit. I used to dream of running away from the gangster family. I used to walk the streets outside to avoid sitting in the house with them, because who knows what they might say, and then I might get hurt. I don't know why his name is being dropped in here, but he has nothing to do with this conversation. I noticed that people who are on the fake prophets channels, they're trying to drop their names. Do not drop their names in my live. Don't do it. Do not do it. Whew. It's really real. I can't even say everything in my family. I can't even share everything. Because if I tell everything in this live, y'all might find me missing somewhere. It's that serious in my family. Some of my family members are connected to dangerous people. I can't say everything in here, but I'm in a gangster family. I'm not just dealing with no trauma. I'm dealing with y'all, I gotta watch my back out here. Y'all don't really understand what I'm saying. Like, I have to carry multiple weapons with me because these people is crazy. If I run into my cousin, who knows? She out of her mind. We might end up fighting to the death out on these streets. Or my auntie. I mean, I gotta watch my back. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Like, I'm way past trauma. I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm carrying weapons with me. This is ridiculous, man. I'm getting so tired of having to look over my shoulder and pack weaponry. Because these black magic females in my family, it is not the same. Look, I'm gonna start blocking people who love to say every time somebody tell their story, they say it's the same. No, we do not live the same lives. We do not. So you was in a foster home, Vicky? You was in a foster home? Your foster mother was abusive and her sons were abusive and sexually assaulting you. You say your life is like mine. No, your life ain't like mine, Vicky. We have to stop trying to pull energy. People need to stop trying to pull energy by always saying their trauma's like everybody else's. Own your own trauma, but never ever say it's like someone else's. It's disrespectful. Your trauma's not like mine. No. No, no, no. And be careful about saying that, because you might start feeling the pains that I felt, and even though you don't have the memories to go with it. No. I don't know why people do that. Come in here and they see, oh, topic about family. Oh, time to get energy. That's vampires. Vampires troll help self-help groups. Vampires like to go in groups of people who are suffering and pain and try to say, oh, we're the same, oh, to get energy. No, we are not the same. And that's another thing that made me leave my family, is because every time I went through something, they said they did too. They would never, ever, ever, ever just comfort me. It was always dismissed, gaslighted, or they were going through the same somehow. It was like they just always had to block me from getting support. That was the main reason why I cut my family off. Always blocking me from getting support. And their dangerous, violent ways. But the main reason was blocking me from getting support. Always trying to step in my moment of what I'm going through. And at some point, people need to see, if you're so God sent, when someone goes to share their trauma and their life, you show empathy. You show sympathy. I was in a foster home for a year. Why? Because something horrific happened in my family. I'm not even allowed to talk about it. Something horrific. And I ended up in a foster home for a year with a very abusive, crazy, violent woman whose sons were molesters. And I had to always fight to keep myself from being molested and fight for my sister to protect our innocence. I have a history that's shocking. And I don't share. I'm being unguarded. I usually don't even share it. But what I'm saying is, it's often when you meet us YouTubers, when people meet us, people think that we've had perfect lives. People think that we just got on YouTube and we're spiritual coaches and that we haven't had a hellified journey. Some of us have had a very, very hellified life, which has pushed us, forced us into oracleship or psychic powers on some other level. And there's some psychics, there's people that will tell you that sometimes something so traumatic can happen to someone that it pushes them into having their psychic abilities very loud. And mine is very loud because too much trauma in the childhood, too much trauma in my childhood, too much trauma. At one point, I grew up extremely poor. My family at one point was poor, like some of the Africans you see, poor. And were some of my clothes, some of my stuff came out the dumpster. That kind of poor. Where my stepfather used to dumpster dive to get our stuff, to get stuff for us. Dive into the dumpster to get us stuff. I have a history. And through all that, it has made me a humble person. This is why y'all see I will give away stuff on this channel. Why I tend to be very helpful doing video after video, helping people. Do y'all know I don't even have the time spend my YouTube money unless I need to? I live a very humble life. I don't have much, but I don't have much because the truth is, you can be conditioned through trauma to feel like anything more is too much. I can't even stand having a lot because it gives me PTSD. You know, I found out that clutter can give some people PTSD according to if they had a lot of clutter trauma in their childhood. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much. You know, I'm just surprised. You know, I told y'all before that the trauma in my family has been so bad that people have dropped dead from the trauma and stress. People have dropped dead, died in their sleep young. People die in my family young in their sleep. Trauma, stress. There's been suicides in my family. Someone in her 20s, my cousin, committed suicide because his mother had sexually assaulted him and did prostitution around him. His own mother molested him. My cousin, he killed himself. So, and he was my best friend. My cousin, we were very close. We were very close. But you just never know what goes on in people's families. You know, families is full of secrets upon secrets upon secrets. And as you get older, in the middle age, my age, it all starts to spill out. The secrets start to come out. And then you be shocked. You know, I'm finding out some secrets this week that has got me like, okay, you know what? I'm definitely not talking to my family no more. I'm definitely, you know, and one thing I found out is when you I don't know what you mean by relate to what you're saying. I don't know what you mean by that. But I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean by I can relate. What is I can relate? Not everyone. You can't relate. I can't relate to what you've gone through. You can't relate to what I've gone through. I don't want to relate to what you've gone through. There's a reason why you went through your pain, because you was able to take your pain. There's a reason why I went through mine, because I'm able to take through mine. But no one can relate to each other's pain. We can only say, whoo, I'm sorry you've gone through that. That is shocking. I hope that you get through. I hope that you can put it behind you. I hope that that's all we can say. But don't ever say you can relate. No, you can't. No, you can't. I can't relate to my husband's friend who hung himself in the basement. His family abandoned him. He had such, it broke his spirit so bad that he hung himself. I can't relate to my dad's friend whose son killed himself in the basement. Plus his wife died having his like 7th baby. And he got left all those babies to take care of. I can't relate to that man. I cannot relate to that. So, you just never know what people have gone through. You know, I have a friend that I grew up with, and she was born deaf. I knew her very well. She was born deaf and dumb. You know, not to say deaf and dumb like dumb, but she couldn't speak and she couldn't hear. And she was bullied all the time, but she was very pretty. And I never can relate how she went through. She was bullied. Her mother was bullied. People used to bully her and her mother. And her mother was deaf. Can you imagine, like, me, you and your mama both deaf and getting bullied at the same time? I can't relate to what that girl went through. I cannot relate to what she went through. Just always remember that you was allowed to go through that because something in you God saw that you was going to be able to take it. Not everybody do. There is some people in the grave right now, y'all, who've gone through less than you. Now let that sink in your head. I know that was mind-blowing what I just said. But that's some mind-blowing stuff to say, but it's true. There's somebody in the grave right now who killed themselves, who've gone through less than what you've gone through. And yet you're still here. You're still determined to make it. You're still determined to be strong. All right? What does that say about you? You must got something important to do in this world. Or some of y'all would have checked out already. As I said, somebody's in the grave that killed themselves and they've gone through less than what you've gone through. And guess what? You're still here. So why are you here? Got to be something big. Got to be for a big reason. That's when I figured it out. I said, why the hell am I still here? I said, I'm in a family full of people that have killed people. I was in a foster home with an abusive, a very violent and abusive lady whose sons were trying to molest me and my sisters. I've always had PTSD about the lights because of it. And I go through it all. I say, my baby died. I don't know if I told y'all, but one of my babies died on my birthday. So one of my babies died on my birthday. And I'm like, okay, why am I still here? How was I able to go to work knowing that happened to me? I can't even tell y'all where I got the strength from. But I'm not going to lie, many times, y'all just don't know. The trauma got so bad, I ran for my life to church. When you run downhill, when you run screaming, God, and running and hollering and stuff and dropping to your knees and screaming and stuff and screaming to God and run to church, you know you're going through some stuff. I actually did that. I had a good life with me and my daughter and my husband. It was perfect. Had a perfect life, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Things were going well finally for me. My landlord committed insurance fraud. And then one day, I was homeless with my daughter. I had to send my daughter to her grandmother's house. And I went to go live in an abandoned building. I was homeless, living in an abandoned building. Couch surfing till I can find another job. I lost my job and my house all in 1 week. I had a perfect, beautiful apartment, perfect life, and in 1 week I had nothing. All I had was my pajamas. I was sitting on a bench in front of a hospital in my pajamas, wondering how I'm going to eat and where am I going to sleep. There was no one I can call. There was no one I can go to. So I went to an abandoned house that used to be my husband's family home, and I stayed there. After that, I stayed on a couple couches. Me and my husband separated in the same week. Now, I went through a separation, lost my house, and lost my job all in 1 week. All I had was $70 to my name. I knew that I needed the $70 to feed my baby. So I knew I wasn't going to eat. I had to be able to get her stuff. But guess what? After about 30 days of full-fledged homelessness, couple times laying outside on a blanket, I ended up getting a job as an assistant manager. And from there on, I got a nice little apartment and got back on my feet. But I had 30 days, and that 30 days showed me there wasn't nobody coming. That you might as well just pack it up and stop thinking that your family's coming. They ain't coming. They don't care. The trauma's not even the most important thing. What's important is to realize what they've been hiding from you. They don't give a damn about you. And if you get in a situation, you're going to find out just how much they don't care about you. When people can traumatize you, it's because they don't give a damn about you. All right? So you might as well just say, hold up. If I don't cut these people off because of the trauma, I need to cut them off, because if I ever get homeless, they ain't coming. They ain't coming. See, that's a part of the package. And as a matter of fact, not only are they not going to come and help you, but they're going to talk about you. And they're going to tell everybody that you're homeless. And they're going to get a kick out of it. And it's going to be dinner talk, and they're going to laugh about it. See, life is full of changes. You can't always be on top. Even celebrities know that. We all have to have deserts. Do you want to sit up there and think that when your next desert come around, you can turn to them and find out you can't turn to them? You need to be prepared to not be able to turn to them. At this point, I don't care what your family did. You must prepare that you will not be able to turn to them when the crap hits the fan. When the snits hit the fan, you will not be able to turn to them. That is the issue here. You got to look beyond. You got to think in the future, like Brian Tracy say. See your life years from now. If you are in the desert years from now, will you be able to call them? No. So get rid of them now. You need to pick people in your life right now who you think is going to be there for you when you hit that desert again. Because you're going to be in a desert again. You're going to be in a desert again. Not everybody get to sit here. Not everybody. What's she saying? Nothing more than an occult. I don't know what you mean by that. It's nothing more than a cult. Exactly. But even celebrities will tell you, you got to have a desert. Johnny Depp had a desert. Look what Amber Heard did to him. Had a bowel movement in his bed. Disrespected him the week that his mother passed. Was abusing him in that house. All while he was supposed to film the new movie Pirates of the Caribbean. That woman was in there abusing him while he was grieving and planning to do a new movie. And look at all that weight he put on. He got real chubby because his cortisol levels. She jacked up his cortisol levels. And he has money. But he was in the desert, wasn't he? You can't always be in the fruitful kitchen. Sometimes you got to be in the desert. You need to prepare. Who's going to be your support system? Don't say you want to get a tribe. No, you need a tribe right away. Because guess what? Everybody needs somebody sometime. And you better build your support system. Build it and so it has time to grow. So that when you hit that next desert, you ain't even worried about if your family there. You like, oh, well, I don't give a damn because I got peeps. I got new people in my life. We always preparing for starvation and drought and war, right? Why don't we start preparing for when we are tough on our luck? When we got bad luck, if you want to call it that. when everything goes to hell. Prepare who you're going to turn to. Who can you turn to? See, that's what you need to think about. A lot of people don't even think about this until their parents is dead. And that's too late. You'll find out that a lot of people won't even care if your parents is dead, if they weren't cool with you before your parents died. So the thing is this, don't wait till your parents is in the grave. Don't wait till your spouse is in the grave. Or your spouse go to leave you and say, I'm going to get me some support system. You are supposed to have a separate life from your spouse. Yes, you do. You're supposed to have a separate life from your parents, meaning your own circle of support system that they ain't got nothing to do with, just in case they go to roll, just in case they go to get toxic and you got to divorce your spouse, you got to cut your parents off. You have a whole nother family and tribe that they don't know about. I know some of y'all do things in private and secret to give y'all peace, but you also supposed to be creating a spiritual support system that will give you peace if you ever need it. And your family should know nothing about it. Just in case they act up again, they get disrespectful again, you got to cut them off. This is real, man. I'll never forget when my mother passed after my brother and my father. And I sat up in that room that y'all see me talking in the videos. And I was in there crying and I was stressed out and stuff. Didn't nobody come running in there. I had to have a talk to my husband and say, how, you're supposed to be supporting me. He said, I'm trying to, I'm working and all that. And he came in, supported me a little bit. But most of the time I was by myself. Had I had did what I'm doing now, had I had created a support group, I wouldn't have been up in there crying my eyeballs out by myself. Had I had did this already. This Johnny come lately with support system, it's not going to work. Life can change in an instant. What you going to do, rush out and get some support system out of nowhere? It ain't coming for free no more if you didn't go ahead and build it over some years. People charging for spiritual support and emotional support now. So, but if you can make friends and connect with people and create you a group and put a couple years in, you'll be all right if stuff hits the fan. See, because let me tell you why you'll be all right. Because those people chose you. See, your family did not choose you. That's why some of them is aggravated and irritated. They don't want to do you because they feel like they shouldn't be obligated because they didn't choose you. You didn't choose them. Some of them is bitter about that. They saying, why did you have to be my family member? I would never chose you. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but it's true. I know my family feel that way. For reasons I don't never know, jealousy, whatever. They just know that they would have chose me, and they trying to unchoose me because they never chose me in the first place. You need to get people who have chose you, because anyone that chooses you, you know you can count on. Go out there and choose people and let them choose you, and treat them like they family. So that you will make sure that you have someone who will respect your burial when you die, that will take care of your business and get rid of whatever secrets you got so nobody know about them, clean your house out and everything for you, and take care of stuff right. You can trust with your personal business after you go. Because a lot of your family members ain't going to care. They coming in like vultures. They're not going to care. Some of your talent, your books ain't going to get published. Do you know how much stuff is laying in abandoned buildings out here that's precious and worth millions, but the family members did not give a damn about the stuff? All they wanted was the gold and the furniture. If y'all got all that precious art that y'all did, they're not going to give a damn about that artwork. But somebody that choose you will. Somebody that choose you will say, I care about your art projects. I'll set up a gallery in your name when you die. Your family's not going to. It's going to cost them money. And as I said, they feel like, why am I going to pay for a gallery, an art gallery in your name with your art when I didn't mother effing choose you? I know this is some shocking stuff to hear, but I had an old lady tell me the truth like this to my face. Me and her son was friends for years, and she tried to warn her son, and he did not listen. She said, let me tell you something. I'll never forget the old lady said this to her son when we were sitting there having tea with her. She said, look, let me tell you something. This young lady has chose you as a dear friend. She know you're going through a lot. You're going through a possible divorce. You know, you're ready to retire from your job. You can't work anymore. And this lady is sitting here accepting all that and being a dear friend. She chose you. You need to treat her with love and respect because you don't choose your family. She chose you. That means she thinks you're special. He blew it off. Blew it off. Guess what? I cut him off. And guess what? He's by himself. He didn't let himself go. All the motivation I was giving him, when I cut him off, he wasn't getting any more motivation from me. So he let himself go. And he ended up drinking too much. And something else happened with his mind. See? When people choose you, they're part of the team that God sent to help you save your life. Your family is not here to save your life. If they were, you would not have to complain about them. They would be calling you. They would be calling you saying, are you okay? Is everything all right? You need anything? You all right? They're not doing that because they don't care. They're not sent to help you save yourself. The people that choose you are. Next time someone chooses to love you and they going all in and they trying to go all in to care about you, you need to consider that person is probably important for something that God sees is going to happen to you that you don't see yet. God can see what reality you're headed to. God can see the transformation of your reality before you see it. So God will pick people to choose you, to care about you, so that you can be ready for that new changes in your reality. But these people that choose you, they're not going to be nothing like your family. Half of them not even going to look like your family. The people that's going to choose you to save your life and to help you through your trauma and help you get back on your feet and ride or die for you, they're not going to be nothing like your family. And that's the test, see? That's the test to see if you're still trying to find someone like your family, but just not disrespectful. See, you can't have it all. The people that choose you is not going to be like your family, but they're also not going to be disrespectful to you. So that's why you have to live life like it's an adventure, to be open to meet all kind of people, different people. Because when you do meet those people that choose you, you're going to be like, dang, woo, you're nothing looking like me or nothing. And then you're just going to get so much stronger that you'll start to come to terms with that trauma. Like, for me, when I meet people through YouTube and I meet people in emails and when I talk to subs offline, I start to connect with people who's about saving lives. And those people, I'm like, okay, they're like my family. And I feel like, okay, I can leave that fake family that I was born into, I could leave them behind. See, it's all about picking people who's about saving lives. Is your family about saving lives? No, they're not. No, they're not. So if you are you about saving lives, or you're just about saving your own life? I'm about saving lives, because I know that if I am out here, somebody that's weaker than me is out here too. There's somebody out here who may like the same thing I like and all that, but they ain't as strong as me. They ain't as strong as me. And so I have to save lives, because I know there's somebody with my same interests, my same likes, probably the same race. They thinking about jumping off a bridge. They saying I'm done. But here I am saying I'm gonna fight my way from the bridge. Every time I get closer to that bridge, I'm fighting my way away from it. It's only normal. It's only normal to feel like at times you want to get out of here. But what you should be doing is, I'm supposed to be fighting myself away from ending it. I must always fight. There's always going to be people, family, co-workers that's going to try to push you over the bridge, try to make you go to the edge and jump off. You have to have a life where you set up a game plan to fight yourself away from the bridge. Every time you feel like the trauma and the memories and the toxic family stuff start to push you towards the bridge to jump off, you need to have something to run to. You need to have a team to run to. You need to have some place to run to. And they don't always got to be a church. For me, I run to the parks. See, I like to sit in the parks and just sit in silence and breathe and cleanse myself. When you run to something that saves your life, you're running away from ending your life. When you run to something that saves your life, you're running away from what ends your life. And what ends your life is anything that makes you want to give up your life. Say, I quit. Toxic family members make you say, I quit, man. I quit. I'm just going to sit here. Oh, God, take me now. I've been down there, that road. You got to have something to run to. Who's in the seat beside you? Who's riding in the seat beside you in your car? With spiritual book. To get your mind from that bridge, to bring it back from the edge. Who are you listening to? Where are you going? Where are you running to? What's the plan here? I got a plan to keep me from jumping off the edge. Some people don't need that plan. Some people ain't been pushed to the edge by their family or co-workers or jobs. Now, some people, they just didn't have that going on. You know, Adam Sandler says it. He says he has a perfect family. He's always been. See, thank you for the donation. See, from pushing you over the bridge. You need a plan to get away from the bridge when your family tries to push you over it. That's your plan. People will not stop pulling energy. Look at this, y'all. Look, he's getting worse. I've been over the edge and then look, quiet. Goodbye. I don't like it when people love to always take and make their situation seem worse than everybody's. Where they say, I ain't been over the edge. I've been over the edge and all this. Shut up. See, people should be taking notes instead of trying to keep keep deepening the issue. Oh, everybody else has been at the edge, but I've been over the edge. That's vampirish. If you've been over the edge, why aren't you in counseling? Why aren't you on medication? Why are you watching this live? If you've been already over the edge, why are you listening to this? Why are you listening to me teach this? You need to be on medication. Go to a therapist, psychiatrist, or something if it's that bad. And it's to the point, y'all, that some people, they got a victim. They're exaggerating their victimhood. Some people will exaggerate their victimhood just to find a way to get attention. I know that I'm not going to take something that somebody say and exaggerate it to exaggerate my pain. I'm going to go ahead and just take the lessons and the notes and see how I could use. They was here for attention. They was not here for help. They was here for attention. And those are the people who are probably toxic, and they the same people in the family that don't want to admit they one of the toxic people. I got toxic people in my family. If you spoke to them, they'll say they're the victim. Oh yeah, they will. I got some cousins, I got some family members that if you sat them down right now, they will say, I've been through it. I've been through hell and high water and hell and this and that and this and that. Yet they the main ones bringing hell in the family. They the main ones. They sitting there saying they going through hell, when yet those same people in my family have been very disrespectful to me, have been entitled, privileged, arrogant, and totally fake with me, all while sitting in my ear telling me they going through hell. See? And every time you give them a solution, they don't want a solution unless it comes with money. I bet you if that person who said that in here, if I told that person who said that in this comment, if I said I'll give you $200 to help you with your edge, I bet you don't say, yeah, okay, I'm not over the edge now, and I'll take this 200. Because some people will push their victim, exaggerate their victimhood so they can get benefits. I got people in my family that always swear that they're going through worse than everybody else in the family, yet they're the main people bringing the problems in the family. The main people. I'm not going to say no names, but I got a specific person in my family. And this person always pointing fingers at everybody saying, oh, y'all got drama, y'all got drama, y'all got drama. Meanwhile, they got issues with gender bias, gender issues going on. They dealing with some severe narcissism and entitlement issues. But they saying everybody in the family got drama. But we all have to be subjected to their narcissistic personality all the time. One thing I can say in my family is that no one in my family will ever say that I brought any hell to them. I don't have a bad name in my family. No one in my family would ever say I wronged them, or I did them wrong, or I was fake, or I took advantage of them. I don't have that type of reputation in my family. But guess what? They do. People in my family do. So I can sit here and say that they got drama and disrespect and fakery, because I ain't done nothing to them, and they don't got nothing to say about me. If anything, they'll say that all I ever did was try to help. So I'm only sharing with y'all what I know is helping me. That it doesn't matter how much you gave to your family anymore. The point is that your life matters too. And you have to start expecting something for your investment. You have invested your mind, your emotion, your time, your money, and who knows whatever else, your crib, your money, your cars, into your family, and you are coming up with zero in overdraft in your heart investment. That's what you're left with. Zero. And guess what? You can't go back in the past and get all that back. So you either find a way to get something for your investment with your family, or you need to remove them from your life. You have to start looking at your life like everything you do is an investment. Because last thing you want to do is be old and say, I wasted my life. I got nothing out of it. I just got used. You don't want to be an 80-year-old person saying that. You want to know that you got something for your time and energy. That you made people work for and earn it. From now on, it don't matter who it is. Make everybody earn your time and your energy. I don't give a damn who it is. Even if it's your mama. What is your mama doing for your time and energy? What is she doing? Just because she birthed you in this world doesn't mean she's supposed to automatically get to use up your time any way she wants and for free all the damn time. No. You're not going to be here again. This is it. You're not going to be you ever again. This is it. Time is wealth. It really is wealth. If you feel like you have more time, if you're in a safe place and you're like, oh, I feel like that, you're wealth. The fact that you have this moment right now, you're wealthy. You know why? Because somebody don't have this moment. Somebody is on their deathbed right now, somewhere in the world. Somebody would have done anything to have this moment, but they were told they only had a few months to live. You have this moment right now, you're wealthy. You need to start treating every moment of your life like too damn special to waste on some damn toxic people. And this might come off like arrogant and self-absorbed, but that's what people's going to call you. But who gives a damn? Who gives a damn? It's your time and your energy. You treat it the way you want to treat it. What I treat mine like an investment. I don't even want to talk to anybody out here unless I know I'm going to get something for my energy. I don't want to have conversations in these streets. That's a waste of my energy and my time. I don't want to go to family members and friends and kick it. What are we doing? What are we doing? We inventing something. We creating something. We're doing something good for the world. No, we're not. We're just sitting here with drinks. No, that's wasting my time. I can sit there and waste my time by myself. I don't need you to help me waste my time. Stop getting people to help you waste your time. Don't you know how to waste your time by yourself? Toxic family members will waste your time. Stop going to them for help in doing it. If you want to waste your time, at least you can say you wasted your own damn time by yourself. So you ain't got nobody to get mad at but yourself. And you can always whoop your own butt, can't you? You can slap the hell out of your own self about wasting your own time, right? But you can't go slapping people for wasting your time. That's an assault. That's an assault. So waste your own time. You be the only one wasting your own time. And then if you get mad of you wasting your own time, you being toxic to you, scream at yourself, smack your own self in the face and say, stop wasting your time. Look in the mirror and look at yourself and say, stop wasting your own time. But no more letting other people do it. Because aren't you getting tired of that? Letting toxic people waste your time, toxic family members. Isn't it driving you to the point where you want to knock somebody out? I know it's driving me at that point where I want to punch somebody in the face up in my family. Now, y'all may not feel like this already, but when you get when half your life is over, oh yeah, you be ready to knock somebody out about wasting your time. See, half of my life is over. The average woman lives to be about 90. About 85, 90, somewhere around here. Half my life is over. If somebody wastes my time now, I'm knocking them out. I'm telling you right now, that's why I'm not getting in another relationship. The day I'm not with my husband, this lady right here, it's not getting another relationship. Because if another man wastes my time, I'm a waste his face. Because I half my life is already over. Some of y'all ain't some of y'all ain't this old yet. So y'all don't feel serious about your time and energy yet. You don't feel that serious about your time and energy because oh you're in your 20s. When you're in your 20s, you're not thinking this far. You're not thinking oh my time and energy precious. You don't really think that way. But let you go ahead and start feeling those knees hurt, your back hurt, and your head hurting. And you feel all the work, your body feels all the work that is done for 40 something years. Then you will stop dealing with those toxic family members. So you'll cut them off then. You'll cut them off because you'll say, you know what? I'm going to beat one of my own family members up if they waste my time. I'm 50 years old with bad knees and bad back. And if one of them wastes my time at this age, we're going to fight. I don't want y'all to wait until y'all 50. Some of y'all 20, 30-year-olds, don't be trying to wait till y'all 50, till y'all ready to beat one of them up to cut them off. Don't wait that long. Do it while you still got some of your 30s left to have some peace, some early peace. I'm serious. I'm serious. It's important to talk to us older people if you're young. So maybe you'll learn how serious it is not to waste your time even in your 20s and 30s. You know how much I wish I could go back to my 20s and 30s and knock a couple people out for wasting my 20s, my time in my 20s. So many times I just sat there and said, man, if I had a time machine, I'd go back in my 20s and 30s and knock a couple people out for wasting my time. But I can't. I can't. I got to just accept that I was ignorant and I was naive and and my optimism allowed people to waste my time. I just have to accept it. I'm telling y'all, this is all about, look, how much can you get out of your time? You don't get, I'm going to tell y'all something y'all don't realize, man. Some of y'all don't realize this in y'all 20s and 30s. When you get middle age, you will be like, where did the years go? They go by so fast. And you find out that they go by fast as you start to turn 50. When you get close to 50, you go, ooh, time goes by real fast. Ooh, that's when you realize how fast time goes by. See, in your 20s, it's like you're not tuned into the clock. It's like you can't hear the clock ticking. It's like it's hidden from you. The movement of time is like not really tuned into your vibration. So you're just going by and doing things and not even like knowing that your time is just going by. But when you get half your life is over, God tunes you into the time, to the clock. Then you know how fast time goes. It was just yesterday that I was watching movies by Clint Eastwood and he was young. Now this man is sitting up there at 80 in his 80s, y'all. So I'm telling y'all, y'all better start saying, how much can I get out of my time? Start thinking like this. How much can I get out of my time? I'm not going to get much if I deal with toxic people. I'm not going to get much out of my time that's good for me if I'm dealing with the same old troubles and people that I know that don't care about me. I'm not going to get much out of my time. I must milk this time. I must get the most out of it. I must. That's why y'all see me sometimes eat. I'm eating on live. I'm eating while I'm on live at the same time. Listening to the rain while talking to y'all, while sipping my drink. See, I'm getting the most out of this time. I'm getting the most. This piece is so good, y'all. Woo! You will never know peace The peace that can come to you when you just stop letting toxic people waste your time. Stop letting them waste your time. That's what they do. That's what they come to do, and they're good at it. Don't have no more wasted time setbacks. I don't have them. I can't remember the last time I let my family members or anybody that I know waste my time. I think it's been some years now. It's been some years. Why? Because I've walked away from people who tried to waste my time. I ghosted my husband the other day. I will ghost the hell out of somebody. If I sense that they're wasting my time in a conversation, I will walk away. I will ghost the hell out of that person right to their face. The other day, my husband, he was projecting his how he felt on me. Or I guess the way he felt that day was something at his job. And I said, We was about 1 minute in the conversation, and I seen where he was going. I said, no, you ain't. And I walked away. I walked away. I ghosted my husband in mid-conversation. And a little bit later, he apologized. He said, I'm sorry. He said, I didn't. I said, no, I saw where you were going. You was not going to waste my time. I said, you was not going to waste my time and energy projecting your energy with how you feel about your job and what you going through, how you feeling, and projecting onto me. No, you was not. I have hung up on people mid-conversation. Wasting my time. Y'all better start being like this. The moment y'all feel like somebody's getting fake and negative, walk away. I am so good at it, y'all. I'm a pro. I was in Gabriel's when they disrespected me. And she kept on, she was talking, and she said, well, I said, threw them clothes right on down and walked out. Everybody looked at me because I threw them clothes down and walked out of there. While she was talking. While the manager were talking, she was like, yeah, I was talking to her. I tried to reprimand her. I said, but you didn't do it around me. She said, well, how about you? I said, threw them clothes on and walked right on out. See, that's how y'all have to be. That's how y'all have to be. When they was fighting at my mom's funeral, you know what I did? You know what I did? I walked and went and sat in the hearse. I rushed over to the hearse and sat in the hearse in peace while they were out there fighting and hollering and everything. I was sitting back in the hearse and quiet in peace like this. Me and the hearse driver, we was sitting in the car in peace. Yeah, I was not going to let them disturb my peace at my mom's funeral. I rolled up out of there quick, fast, in a hurry. Y'all might find this weird. I don't even go by why they call it. I go by energy. Because some people will tell you they're calling you for one thing and they'll switch into another subject and try to come for your energy. So if I feel that their energy's like, I'll be like, well, I can't talk right now and I got to go. I'll call you back or I'll just hang up. I don't even go by words. If your energy funky, I don't speak. I don't talk to you. I'm telling you, no lie. I'm telling you, I don't give a damn who you are. If your energy is funky, I will not talk to you. I just threw away a whole bunch of food about 3 weeks ago because the cook, her energy was funky. The way the cashier and the cook, their energy was funky. The cook, he had a funky attitude. I said, he was like, well, I said I waited about 50 minutes. He said, well, we have other people. He didn't have nobody else there. He was just being manipulative. He said, well, we have other people. I said, I didn't say nothing else. I said, walked out of there, threw the food right in the garbage. I cut that man off in mid-sentence. I said, walked out. I didn't say another word to him. I picked up my stuff while he was talking, blah, 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 blah. I picked up my stuff, walked out, and threw the food right in the garbage. That's how much I don't do funky energy. I don't do funky energy. I stopped talking to my mother for a couple months because I didn't like her energy. My mother, I was talking to my mom, and she was, her energy, well, I don't know what was going on with her, but she wasn't coming at me right and stuff. And I said, I'm not talking to you. I can't deal with the way you come in energy. Click, hung up. And then I told her she better come different. I don't care if I'm her daughter or not. You're not coming to me with funky energy and thinking I'm supposed to just accept your energy because I know you. Nope. Y'all, I have walked out of jobs, funky energy. I had this one lady, supervisor, her energy was real funky. And I said, she got one time to disrespect me. And she did. She shouted, screamed at me loudly. And I said, I picked up my stuff and walked on out of there. She thought I was going to lunch and all that. Did not go back. I did not go back. I walked out on that whole job. I walked out in silence. And that's how y'all got to be, to protect y'all damn energy from these fake toxic people. Thank you for the donations, everybody. I know this sounds ruthless, but your energy is money. Look, y'all, your time and energy really is money. And every time you waste your time and energy on toxic people, you're not getting any money. You're not doing something to make money. You're not manifesting. As a matter of fact, they're messing up your law of attraction because they're toxic. So you're dealing with toxic people, and then suddenly your serotonin levels is all jacked up, your endorphins is all jacked up, and you're jacked up. So when you're done dealing with them, you're stuck and you can't even achieve anything, and you can't even manifest because they screw up your chemicals and hormones and stuff. So it's best to not respond. See, when you respond, you accept their energy. Always remember that. When people are being toxic and disrespectful, when you respond, you accept their energy. So the best thing you can do is get away fast in silence. So you do not accept their energy. Their energy is in the air and has no choice but to go back to sender. All right? So I know. But y'all gonna have that one thing happen to y'all, and y'all gonna get this serious. I'm telling you. Some of y'all saying you're tired of the people. Y'all ain't got serious yet. You ain't fed up. You're tired, but you're not fed up. The straw was for me was when my cousin called me a bee at my mother's viewing in front of my mother's body. I said, that's it. Nobody will ever disrespect my energy again. I'm cutting people off instantly now. I was so upset and so outraged that she insulted me like that. I mean, I didn't even insult her, y'all. I didn't even do anything. Like, I literally just asked her to go outside because she was arguing with someone. She was arguing around my mom's dead body. I said, can you please take the argument outside? She said, you crazy bee. Throw this crazy bee out. I'm like, who is she talking to? I couldn't believe, I didn't even know who she was talking to. And then I found out she was talking to me. I said, you calling me a crazy bee? I said, I got your bee. I said, I will whoop your butt outside. You know what? Come outside so I can whoop your butt in front of this funeral home. I wasn't going to fight her and knock over my mom's body fighting. So I said, I'll take her outside. I'll beat her up outside. But that was it. I said, that was it. I said, that's it. That's it. I'm cutting anybody off that disrespect me. I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I'm gonna say one thing like done. Maybe that, and you're cut. That was the last time I was ever gonna let anyone disrespect me out the blue and get toxic with me. You know, I will literally, I told my husband, I said, if you disrespect me one time, and I mean one time, and get toxic with me one time, understand I'm a new person. I warned my husband recently. I said, I don't care if it's drinking or whatever. If you disrespect me and cross me one time, we're done. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to pack up and leave. Y'all better start doing this. I'm dead serious, or y'all gonna be bitter. Some of y'all gonna be bitter. If y'all don't start getting ruthless like this about your time and energy, you're gonna start getting more bitter and bitter and bitter and bitter and bitter and bitter, because you didn't deal with those people accordingly, and then you're gonna be one bitter old lady or one bitter old man. You don't want to be bitter. You still want to love life. You still want to enjoy life and feel like life's worth living. So just bounce on them, man. Bounce on them. Who cares? Who cares? I'm going to let y'all know. I don't care if I got to live in my car. I don't care if I got to live in the projects or government assistance somewhere. I will bounce on anybody. I don't give a damn about how much money they got. I don't care. If they're toxic, I got to go. My energy, my heart chakra, y'all, I felt like I was going to have a heart attack because they disrespected me so much that week at my mom's funeral. My heart was hurting. My blood pressure was high for a week straight. My heart, I can't do it. I am not built. That makes I get heart pains, y'all. When somebody disrespects me and gets toxic, I actually feel like, whew, like my heart chakra start hurting too much, and then I be like, whew, I feel like I gotta rest and stuff. Then I can't eat, and then I can't sleep. I'd rather live in a government house than live with someone who's being toxic. I'd rather have to go to the food bank every day to get food if I gotta leave somebody toxic. It ain't worth it, y'all. It's not worth staying with somebody toxic. Your mental health. When you start looking old, when you start aging real faster, y'all kind of muscle because I couldn't eat. It took a toll on my health. Telling y'all. Get the heck out of there. Woo. I'm telling y'all better look. I'm going to tell y'all something that y'all don't realize. And I know this all because I know me. And I'm going to tell y'all, some of y'all don't want to believe this. Some of y'all are not meant for this life right now. I'm not. Some of y'all are supposed to be like monks living off the land. Some of y'all are not even supposed to have all those people around you. Some of y'all are not supposed to be in some big old family. Some of y'all are not supposed to. That's not for y'all soul. That's not for your spirit. Some of y'all supposed to have a small little tribe living off the land somewhere. I know because I know I'm supposed to. And I know that if I am, some of y'all are too. Some of y'all supposed to too. This modern day society is not for you. See, that's why it's hard for you to fit in. This is little. That's why it's hard for you to fit in. Everybody out here, 90% of the people out here is toxic because they're modernized, y'all. They're modernized. Modernized people tend to be toxic. You do not have a modernized soul. You're forcing yourself to fit into modernism and you know you don't fit. This is why you get sad sometimes. This is why you get depressed sometimes. This is why you have insomnia sometimes. You don't fit in this modernized society. Your soul does not want this time period. It does not want this toxic time period. The way everybody's living. That's why you can't seem to go with the toxicness. You know how y'all been at work and everybody toxic and you just can't get into the toxicness no matter what you do because they modernized, okay? They modernized, all right? Them is modernized family member. In modern day society, family members are toxic, argue, competitive, petty, all that. All that's modernism. Modern day. You're not a modern day soul. So you might as well just check out. You're trying to force yourself to fit in something that your soul does not want to be. Your soul is like of ancient Amish time period, where peace was more important than competition. That's the time period that you're from. So you might as well just fall on back. Just fall on back from all of them. You ain't never going to fit. You're never going to fit. Quit trying to fit. You're not going to fit. Trust me. Every time you try to blend it, because they're modern. That's why you looking around saying, well, you don't belong in this time. Woo! Exactly. Just quit. Just look. I'm gonna tell y'all want some peace. Just go hard on minimalism. Just go hard on it. Like, get you 2 friends, 1 bag of clothes. I know this sounds crazy. Like 1 chest of clothes, and minimal. Just keep on practicing minimum. Y'all gonna start to feel peace. Your heart gonna start to heal. Because every time you don't do minimum, you become modernized. And when you become modernized, you're starting to get toxic. It's toxic. It's toxic trying to keep up with modernism. Shopping, fancy stuff, name brand things all the time, products, a whole bunch of friends, entourages, parties, clubs. All that's modern, man. All that's modern. That's all modern. That start to be heavy in you, make you heavy, and it start to get toxic. Check out. You know you know you never liked all that product worship. You know when they was all buying all them gifts, you know you didn't like it. You know you didn't like it. You know you felt it was too much. You know you did. When them toxic people were standing around exchanging gifts, you know you was like, dang, why don't people exchange love? Why is everybody exchanging gifts around here instead of exchanging the truth? Why don't everybody start speaking the truth in this room and spread some love? You knew you felt that way. Exactly. Say it. Yo. I want to eat my food, be quiet, or laugh. If we ain't laughing, I don't want to talk while I'm eating. I don't want to talk to anyone that just want to talk while eating. I want people to shut their mother effing mouth while we eat or say something funny. If you don't got nothing funny to say while we eat, shut the hell up. I'm serious about that, what I'm eating. I'm serious about that. Either we're going to talk or we're going to talk and vibe and get some intelligence, some intelligent talk, healthy, intelligent talk, or something funny, or just shut the hell up while we're eating. But in modern day society, people are toxic while they're eating. They're arguing, they're being petty, disrespectful, all while they're eating. Thank you very much, Chantel. Chantel put $10 on our live. Thank you very much, Chantel. Thank you very much, Gigi. And we had another donation earlier. Thank you very much. There's only 2 things that should be done while eating. Laughing and healthy mental stimulation. Intelligent stimulation. If those 2 things are not done while eating, and healing should not be no talking. Should not be no talking. And as a matter of fact, I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who wants to talk more than shut up. I want more shut up time. I mean, that's just me, though. If I'm in a relationship with anyone, I want more quiet time than talk time. I don't need to talk through a whole lunch date. I don't. Like, y'all, I'm telling you. Whew. It's what you say? Amika Mama, it's what you who? What? Who, when, how? What did you say? Kahakma is with you. I like I said, I don't get into that I don't know what you're talking about. That might be your business, but I'm gonna tell you how you find out if someone is modern. Do they respect the silence? Can they have a silent life, a quieter life? If it's always loud, chaos, arguing, petty, toxic, disrespect, gossiping all around the house and stuff every day, they're modernized. They're not for you. I'm serious. I'm serious. Like, I'm trying to. My cats are modern. I have modern cats, and I'm teaching them not to be modern. I'm telling my cats, like, y'all ain't got to be talking all the time. Quiet. I be saying to my cats, quiet. It's quiet time. Shish. Yo, I'll be shishing my cats because they're modern. They do this for no reason. For no reason. All day long. I'm telling you. I think we should do 1 week test with seeing how people respect silence. When you moving with someone, you don't move in with them to see if they trifling. Trifling can be fixed. Okay, somebody trifling, you can fix that. Somebody can't cook, you can fix that. But it's hard to fix someone who don't respect silence. It's hard. So if you live with someone and they want to just yap it up a storm all around the house and stuff every day, you better pack it up and move back out. Because people like that don't change. Everything else, as I said, can be fixed. But all that yapping it up, that ain't being fixed. That's not being fixed. You know, I have some in-laws that all they like to do is yap it up. They will not listen to, on holidays, they will not listen to holiday music. They will not play classical music. They want to sit there for 4 hours straight and talk for 4 hours straight. It drives me crazy. Like, every holiday that they invite us to their house, they want to talk for hours. I'd be like, can y'all please put on some classical music and shut the hell up? I got so tired of hearing all the talking. Last year, I left out the crib. And went for a walk. I said, they will not sit there and smoke their CBD and sit in quiet sometime and just sit in silence. They will not shut up. Because they always want to mess with you psychologically. People that don't know how to shut up, they want to mess with you psychologically. And it's, y'all, let me tell you. That's why I don't know about y'all, but I don't trust people that don't like classical music. Now, I hope y'all don't get offended. But people that cannot tolerate classical music, I don't trust them. Because classical music is actually, they have a lot of angel frequency in it. It's good for your subconsciousness. So when somebody cannot tolerate Tchaikovsky or classical music, that's a red flag for me. That's a red flag. Something ain't right with them. Some of y'all might get triggered, but I can tell you right now, Yes, yes, so heavenly. Classical music is very heavenly. So if somebody gets aggravated by classical music and can't stand it and always trying to avoid it and never want to be in the room when it's on, them people is not right in their energy. Their energy is wrong. They might got some demons in them. That's something that I found out. But a lot of wicked people don't like classical music. A lot of wicked people don't. Like toxic people, low key, even the low key ones is low key toxic. They don't like classical music unless they playing it. But other than that, they don't just listen to it. They will not just listen to it. And some of them will only listen to it when they're forced to listen to it. Whew. What about the people that can't shut up on rainy days, y'all? Those kind of people. You sitting outside on the porch with your tea and your little drink in the rain. And they wanna complain, they wanna argue, and all of that while it's a beautiful rainy night. Woo. Y'all, do you know how many times I had my rainy nights messed up? I have an old ex-friend, and he stayed ruining my rainy nights. He stayed doing it. He would get toxic, fake, disrespectful, all while it's a nice little rainy night. I had to stop hanging out with him. Let me tell you, rainy days are very, very, very important for healing and for peace. And if people can't have peace on a rainy day, you need to get rid of them. Like I said, I had an ex-friend that I would go out for drinks with on a rainy night, and he always got toxic. And I used to be like, all I did, he was a client too. I was a customer and he was a customer. We had business, business deals, legal. But he would always get toxic on rainy nights. And I said, you know what? I think he's a vampire or something. Because why are you always getting toxic on rainy nights? You know? You know, the biggest problem with people not getting recovery, some of y'all don't have enough quiet. Some of y'all would be healed. Y'all would feel more healing if y'all just had more quiet. That's why you gotta take a break from your. That's why you got. Oh, that light's bright. That's why you gotta take a break from your family members, so that you can have some quiet, so the healing can begin. But as long as you keep being around them, you can't get the quiet. You cannot get the quiet. You need the healing. So sometime it might take a couple years before the healing is done. Who knows? All right, y'all, I gotta head on out because I think they want these spots here. I can see, y'all. I feel like I got allergies. Woo, woo. I rolled my window down, and then I felt my face all fuzzy. All right, y'all. See y'all later. Have a good night. Thank you for all the donations, everybody. Have a good night. See how they wanted to make sure they dumped that in there right before I ended the live? Some people waited until I said, have a good night, and they dumped the religion in there. Woo, they gonna learn the hard way. Don't push religion on people. Too many people have their own beliefs. They have their own religion. It's not good. It's not good to do that. You know, I bet you any money if we busted up in the church, and started shouting things from the Quran, if I was Muslim and things like that, they would say, this is a Christian church. But I don't know why people think, because this is a public conversation online, that they can dump their religion in here. They wouldn't do it in purpose. On person, they wouldn't walk up to any group in a bar and start dumping their religion. Not about religion. And y'all, I don't talk about religion. Excuse me. I don't talk about religion too much because I found out that you just never know what someone's religion is, and you don't want to rub people the wrong way. So you shouldn't talk too much about religion. You shouldn't talk too much about politics. All right, y'all have a good night. Good night, everybody. Bye. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You're welcome. You're welcome.